Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're now doing the post-conference discussion about EA Play, around E3. And so we did the live thing now, and we had a lot of fun. I will probably do something like a best-of thing, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think I will put up the whole thing, because we actually get right now into every game that we personally like. So if you're probably like us, have around the same taste like us, we all skip the sports games I've seen and actually come right to the good bits. So yeah, if you missed the complete thing, it's good to start here, I guess, and then we can go through all the things, right? Dan, how did you like the conference?
It seemed to be an interesting start, and then things got a little boring towards the middle. Everything was just kind of like, okay, just speed this up a bit. Where are you going with this? You're not really giving me much. Yeah. Then they sprinkled a few indie games which looked quite good in there, and then finally they gave us what a lot of people, including myself, was looking forward to. Some Anthem gameplay and some Anthem information, and definitely something I want to go back and look at a bit more in depth. But iffy, definitely iffy. Not the best one I've seen, but certainly better than last year's, I would say.
Yeah.
Well, look, at least this year we don't have a compilation of them going and then having one guy freak out because they invited him on and he doesn't know how to do live content.
I guess so. Yeah, overall it wasn't that bad. It was just the Anthem presentation, which we talk about in a few minutes, I guess, where I was thinking, okay, they could have done better. Other than that, actually, overall, for the things that we're hoping for, we saw everything. Emily would have been sad. She said he can't make it tonight. No Sims announcements.
No.
So that's there. But also no Burnout, which I was sad about, because I would hope at least I would hear something like, oh yeah, by the way, Burnout Remaster sold so well of Paradise City. We're gonna do a new game. Like, if it would have given just that info, or a Skate 4, which yet again didn't happen, sadly.
No.
Nothing like that. But instead, we had Vince Zampeller in the audience, getting asked by Andrea Rene, I think was her name.
I think so.
Yeah, and Vince confirmed now that actually Respawn Entertainment, the guys that did also Titanfall 1 and 2, are now working on Star Wars Jedi.
Oh gosh, what did he say it was? It was Star Wars Jedi.
Order, irgendwas, something.
Fallen Order or something?
Fallen Order, yeah, I think. I have to scroll down my own Twitter feed to see what I posted, because I think it's the best source for my newsfeed. We don't have an overview right now. We're literally doing this a few minutes after the live stream ended. So let me just scroll back. I think there was
a lot of stuff that was covered during the entire conference. So yeah. but hearing that Respawn
Jedi Fallen Order.
Fallen Order was right. Hey, close.
Nice. Yeah, so that's the thing that's gonna happen soon. It's just literally being talked about in a few sentences and nothing else. Which means to me they probably seem to run out of topics, but they were going for about 80 minutes, so why didn't they cut it down to 1 hour? I don't know. It's not like they have to fill up time or anything, right? Yeah,
exactly. But it was definitely interesting because Respawn Entertainment did such a good job with they did an okay job with Titanfall, and then with Titanfall 2 they just upped the ante and made it so much better. And it was like the story was great, the multiplayer was interesting, all of the aspects were fantastic. There was hardly anything wrong with it. Since they're taking over and doing a Star Wars game, I am on board. I really want to see some trailers, maybe a bit more information, but don't give me too much information. I wanna be a little bit surprised and a little bit interested. But I think we might see some more stuff next EA Play.
Probably, yeah. Man, so weird. So I mean, I said we also just briefly heard about was Battlefield 5. They actually were just on stage for 5 minutes, showing us again a little bit more story and announcing, we'll also have Battlefield Royale. So like, okay, just like that, just another sentence where it's say there's actually a big part that people are excited about, and they're just doing like that, which means to me they don't even have a trailer for that one.
Man, we need to keep a tally of games that just don't have a battle royale. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Hey, Emily, welcome to the chat. She's playing right now in the chat. Yeah. We're currently recording the thing for the people to watch. Yeah.
Right. So they said some interesting things, including like making their destructible environments even better, having heavy artillery that you can move around the map, which is pretty cool.
The multiplayer trailer looked quite good. Score by Hans Zimmer and all that.
That was super dope.
Absolutely the big guns for this one. And I don't know. Do you want to take a look at it again? So we have a fresh view on it. I'll give you a little link. There it is. And as soon as you're ready, we can watch it. Yeah, Battlefield 5. I don't know, man. It's getting more and more content by the day. No loot boxes, no microtransactions apparently. No
that works for me.
Premium Pass is gone, so they just have live updates all the time. And yeah, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. I almost didn't show the trailer. Yeah. It's quite cool. Lots of intense action. A lot more music than the last time.
Yeah.
The hammer.
Take me away.
And yeah, the amount of destruction seems to be overwhelming.
Brutal.
And also the little teaser for the first battle story.
Yeah.
Which we'll see more about tomorrow at Xbox.
Peace.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I loved the battle stories when they were out on for Battlefield 1.
Yeah, they were
really
cool.
So good.
Yeah, I can't believe they haven't done DLC for that. Instead, it's just multiplayer DLC. But then again, probably 99% of the players would have said, well, we want multiplayer content, not single player content. So yeah, I guess that's fair. But yeah, the amount of destruction is overwhelming. I'd say let's have a look at some actual gameplay, which we haven't seen sadly again. I was hoping that like last year maybe we would have gotten, I don't know, 10 minutes of an actual multiplayer round, which they did for Battlefront 2. And yeah, we've so far have not seen anything for Battlefield 5. So I suggest, Dan, if you have the video up, we can also take a look at 5 minutes of actual gameplay. I would turn the volume down so we can still talk over it, I guess, because we don't need to watch the whole thing
as well.
Alright, but then let's start together, I guess.
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Sponsored by EA, of course. Yeah, so we have now by Jackfrax actual content about that. Emily is asking what they've announced so far. A few games, of course, the sports games. Unravel 2, which is out today, which was amazing to hear. Like, okay, not just a sequel, but it's out today. And yeah, they're now the fun in the gameplay actually dropping out. It's cool that they have this start of a round like that. Feels a little more intense, I guess.
Yeah,
they're always trying to get like a real cinematic feeling for the game and everything with the trailers, but if you play the game, it's never like that, sadly. So, base C planting explosives. Interesting. Oh, there's the base building that they talked about so much. Finally, we can see it. Interesting.
Nice.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I'm digging it. But see, this is what I've been talking about for so long. Like, I just want to see actual gameplay, just less talking, more showing.
Yeah.
Seems way better now. Come on, back up, man!
You got this.
Yeah. Like, I think the final build for EA Play was done on Wednesday. So they're really, really fresh with the content and everything. If they announce Sims 5, I'll be so happy. Yeah, but they said they haven't, and they will not do that for the other game. It's like, this is something that EA wants to own, of course, for themselves. Sadly, so no Sims 5 for this year, apparently.
Damn.
Yeah. You can also pull... oh, you can destruct these defenses. Okay. And you can pull... what's it called? The anti-aircraft... thingies. I'm bad with names today. Nice. And they actually have these explosive planes. Wow. And now we have day 2 of the next story. Like, this is a compilation, I think, of this larger battle story where we have a round of rounds.
Because it's for the Grand Operations mode, which...
Oh, yeah, Grand Operations.
I believe that they're changing it from what it was previously in Battlefield 1, which was a continuous push after a certain time limit, to now having, like, after a day has ended, a new day comes in, everyone gets a respawn.
Ah, yeah.
That kind of thing.
Interesting.
So it's supposed to feel more realistic.
Yeah, I guess. I'm still like, man, if this takes like an hour to play through, I just don't bother reading because I want to have smaller rounds rather. But that's just me. I don't want to be immersed too much in those games. That's why I like small sprint-like games. That's
See, I'm more of a story guy myself. The more story, the more I enjoy the game.
Yeah, I said it before we went live before the conference. I've been playing Yakuza 0 for the past 2 days, and it's amazing. Almost just constant flow of story and a little bit of open world or free roaming exploration. That's absolutely fun, and I'm absolutely happy to play it for 6 hour piece. Like, I couldn't stop. It was amazing, especially the first 2 acts were just almost just constantly tension on everything. Love that. We'll absolutely do a video about that. Oh, and you can kick back grenades now. Interesting. It's good that somebody...
you can shoot a grenade in the air? Damn.
Oh! Okay. So it's a defense. If you are lucky, you can shoot them down. Nice.
Wow, 4 days for Grand Operations. Interesting.
Wow. It's not bad. But yeah, those are the things that is the Battlefield. Emily's like, what? I mean, are you surprised that there's no Sims 5 now? I'm not too much, really. They just released probably the last DLC to make the game complete, in a sense, with the seasons thingy. What happens now is probably just another year of more content, I guess. I'm not an expert. You know that better than I do, Emily. But yeah, there's no Sims 5.
No.
Being revived.
Sad times.
Yeah, so...
Unless they spontaneously say at Gamescom, hey, we've got Sims 5.
Nah, I don't think so.
Unlikely. Sadly.
Very, very unlikely. Yeah, and that's that. That's the video. Going back to the main screen. Yeah. See, I like this way more. They should have put just this thing up with a little bit of explanation, and I would be happy. I would probably say, yeah, now I'm actually excited for Battlefield 5. Now I know what I'm getting. It's just like always. Maybe I'm just getting old, or it's just the way how I perceive games these days. I just want to have actual gameplay and want to know what's about.
Sure. No, I think that's like a sensible way to look at things, because like I enjoyed all the information that we'll talk about later for Anthem, but the best part about it, which really goes, this game looks good, was when they showed us gameplay. And I do agree having gameplay really does like drive it home. So I definitely look forward to seeing some more information about Anthem and Battlefield 5, but more gameplay and more show me what you got. That's what I want to see as well.
Yeah, what we also saw was more Battlefront 2 content actually. So they're bringing the part of the Clone Wars back with
Yes.
Grievous, Obi-Wan Kenobi from that era. You really have to say era, I guess, right? Because of so many phases that we have seen now. And yeah, also more things like new game mode that is more reminiscent of the original Battlefront releases. Yes. Overall, they actually admitted on stage that they effed up the game, which I was a little surprised by. I'm like, okay, they actually went and say, yeah, we did things wrong. Hey, that's taking something, I guess, from EA to admit that.
Yeah,
But,
good on them.
Yeah, I suppose they saw the sales just plummeting, and they had to do something, especially with Disney as a partner. If Disney is a license holder and you're just doing something bad with the license, oh my god. I don't want to see the army of lawyers that are just standing at the door to deliver the letter that says, hey, don't fuck this up. Just so you know, that's just like, hey.
So true, though. Like,
Hey.
it was... Well, what they said was they wanted to come out sprinting, and they came out, like, walking or something, but honestly, they came out limping with a broken leg.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
About 7 bullet wounds. Like it was in a dire like when everyone, like, I played near the beginning of the launch and I thought it was quite fun it was enjoyable, but then you'd get killed by people who had all of the packs. Like, they spent £200 or £100 or however much it was, and then they got every single pack all upgraded ridiculously, and then they were able to trick out their characters so they were the best in the game automatically. Who on earth thought that was a good idea is an idiot. Like, you can't look at any game, a racing game where you get more torque if you add this part on, and you have to buy this part in a pack that gives you loads of other parts as well. Like, that doesn't work.
Nope.
Anyone can tell you that. Like, just... But I do like where they're going with this. I do like how they're kind of we're admitting the problem with, and then we're trying to fix it with modes that are free or easily accessible.
Yeah. And what's also accessible? I'm just pushing a little bit through the topics. I don't want to stay on too much. Unravel 2, yeah, that's a thing. That's apparently now available, and that's amazing. Because we see in the first initial trailer that our little Yarny guy is losing actually his spark. But luckily he or she, I don't even know.
Finds a friend.
It finds a friend, a blue one this time, and they're connecting, and now they're working together. So instead of just having a single player mode in the first game, you can actually have a local co-op mode. I'm not sure if about online, but definitely local. So we've seen the guys playing together and also alone. So apparently you can play the game both ways, which is good, of course. Would be bad if they would always need like a second player. And they have different puzzles and platforming parts, which you can see right now on screen. Just like in the first game, just added with these second player abilities, which is good. I like that. It's good. Just more of the good things that we already saw in the first game.
Yeah, it was something that I saw and went, this is good, because the first game was fantastic.
Yeah.
And it was one of those cute games that you could just sit down, play an episode for like 20 minutes, half an hour, and you could get up, you could walk away, and you wouldn't be too hindered by just playing for that shorter time. It was something that you could really just relax and get into it. And I do like how they've gone with, now you can add a friend in, but you don't have to. You can still play solo. Don't stress about it. Which is what I thought really like a new element to the game, freshen it up a bit, but still keep the same charming story and charming gameplay that is Unraveled.
Yeah, very nice to look at. That's basically it about that. Actually, not much that we can tell, except for if you want to have it, you can have it now.
Yeah.
So cool. Another thing that I also like was actually that we have a German studio on stage, because it was about... What was the game called again?
The game was called SOS, or something of Solitude.
Sea of Solitude, right.
Sea of Solitude.
Made by a Berlin studio, and we have this CEO here on stage. I actually have her name on the other tab. Let me just quickly scroll through the thing. Cornelia
So many
Gephardt was
tabs.
on stage, right? And she is the CEO of the company Yomei, and they're doing this Sea of Solitude game. Very interesting. Basic idea behind it is that it's sort of like a post-apocalyptic world. You have people that are just alone, and they're slowly actually turning into some monsters. The explanation that she gave in the beginning was like, yeah, so people are alone, and if they're alone, they're getting weird thoughts and turning evil. And literally inside of the gameplay, we saw like demon people.
Yeah.
So way to like it. So we'll just quickly skip a little bit forward to what we've seen there. I immediately was a fan of that. I just wanted to play it, and yeah, it's coming soon under EA Origins. Or is it? What's it called?
EA Originals.
Originals. I'm very sorry. Yes, Originals, where they push more of these indie titles, and that is Sea of Solitude.
Yeah,
amazing.
I think it's.
Yeah,
I think it's really good that that they're doing the that they're pushing like indie titles, because with A Way Out and Unraveled, they were super good, and yes, EA is slapping their label on it and going, "Oh, we had a hand in this."
Yeah,
but it allows developers who haven't got a lot of money or a lot of resources to get that extra resources, get on stages like the EA press conference, and in E3 in a big way. And yeah, if what the trailer and what she was talking about is anything to go by, it sounds like a very interesting game, which could have a lot of depth to it.
Yeah. This is exactly what Steam was a few years just ago, before they opened the floodgates. If you were in Steam, you had a stage, and if you had the stage, you had an audience that people would buy into. Literally, EA is doing the same thing now, in the sense, because if you're on stage there and you can present it, you have multiple 100,000s of people that can watch it, and yeah, absolutely big promotional stage for them. So that's good. And it's a German studio, which makes me happy. Always nice. We don't have that many. Next up, we have a boring game where everyone will actually have something in the best of. If I cut that, we're just sitting there. Okay, this is Command & Conquer Mobile. It's called Command & Conquer Rivals, actually, and we had In Control and Nick at Night playing this live on stage, and it went on for far too long. It was not entertaining at all.
No.
Like, if I look at this game, I think I was saying that on the last stream, if they had at least a little bigger stage where you have to scroll around a little bit, would be amazing. Yeah. But everything is on this one screen, and they literally are just fighting over these 3 bases, which are launching a rocket to destroy the other base. You have basically 2 hit points. If you've been hit by a rocket twice, you're down and you lose the match. It seems simple, but it seems so simple that it's also apparently, at least from looking at it, quite boring. But who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong.
What struck me as very weird is like they, with the health bars for the bases, it's not just 2 bars, it's like 2 bars with little tiny bits in them as well. So like, what are you teasing that there's going to be units that you can build that will attack the base? But what's the point of that when you could just take the rocket and it will knock out more health? Like, what?
So
super
weird.
Confusing.
So weird to look at it.
So hopefully they actually bring Command & Conquer back in a better way. But if this is the way they're going to bring it back, I think both the Command & Conquer community and the like esports / mobile community, which is what they're trying to advertise to, or both of those communities are just going to go
mobile
no.
esports. Sounds
it's a thing in Korea. They do it, but it's not really. Like, so, as somebody who likes to watch esports, like that it was so boring. I would have flipped over to something else. Like, not even interesting. Completely.
Yeah. So we finally reached the fun thing, because all the other things were sports related stuff, and Anthem, the big blog about Anthem. We were so excited about that. The actual show started with an AR scene where just a monster grabbing through the screen. People were flying out. It was amazing looking.
So cool.
So look up that bit on YouTube if you want to see it. We have the actual first trailer right now on screen. And yeah, from that bit, the first trailer, I was thinking like, yeah, cinematics, okay, a little bit more than we've seen so far. Great mood. So let's talk about the actual game. Then we had 3 people on stage, and they were talking, and all the things they were talking about were, to me, quite boring. I'm very sorry about that.
That's all right, man. I caught bits here and there of it. I was more interested in some of the visuals they were putting on screen. So I will need to go back and watch it again to pick up on everything that they were talking about, because there was a lot of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
But I think with Anthem, they wanted to, like, there had been so many issues that had arisen. So there was, like, apparently discord within the within BioWare itself because of EA's overshadowing, and there was loads of, like, talks of people leaving and people coming in, and they weren't people weren't really sure what was going on. So I think this was more of an assurance that, yes, there are some problems, but that's normal game development problems. We've got things in place. Everything's okay. We've got all of this information to give you so that it calms everyone down a little bit. But I agree with what you said earlier on, which was gameplay first, then have all of this assurance stuff afterwards.
Yeah.
I really think they put that a bit out of order, and people would have probably submitted more questions, or they would have had more to talk about if they'd shown us the gameplay first.
It is how it is. If you have a cinematic trailer first, everyone thinks like, yeah, that's a lot of fireworks, but where's the actual source of it? Like, can I put this? Can I do this on my own? And that is not enough as a question right now. So they actually went into a Q&A session then, even included questions from the community apparently on Twitter. And yeah, I say that's all cool. They are doing actually microtransactions, but ones that you have to properly buy. It's not like where you buy packs or loot boxes or anything. So
no.
I'm still a fan more of that, at least. At least it's not a loot box.
Yeah, especially since all the stuff that you can buy, it's only cosmetics. He was like, you're only buying cosmetics, and you pay for what you see is what you pay for, which is a model that every game should pick up. Like, if you want an extra cosmetic, or you want to try and earn it in the world, then earn it in the world. But if you want to buy it, here it is. This is how much it is. Problem solved. You don't need a loot box. You don't need to get me to spend extra money just to get a randomized one. I'd rather spend money on what I want, so then I'm interested in spending more because I know what I'm going to get.
Yep. So they actually talked a little bit about the 4 suits that they have. We have the Ranger, we have the Colossus. I'm waiting for the stream. The Interceptor, and of course the final one, the Storm. And these are quite reminiscent of all the things that we've seen in different games. Like we have the Tank, the Warlock, the probably Sniper, more lightweight, so not really keen on fighting up close. And of course the General guy that can do all of it. Probably ADS the most.
Yeah, it seemed like they DPS. Have the generic DPS.
So ADS is aimed on sights, right? Oh.
But yeah, it seemed like the different classes will lend a lot to have it to allow the multiplayer. But from what I was seeing of their quote unquote multiplayer, the only things I can really think of is they've either got an open world and just didn't show other people in it, or it's a closed world to which you can invite up to 3 other players to come and join you, or have it opened for 3 other players to join you. And then the multiplayer aspect of it is there are multiplayer arenas where you can fight other people in their javelins, and you can different world aspects are changed based off of how the community as a whole reacts to different events and scenarios. But it may be I may be wrong. That's just how I interpreted it. They didn't seem to show enough of, like, maybe they have like a meeting other players instance. But if it's anything like the Division, how they've done theirs, where it's kind of you've got your agent and you can invite up to 3 other agents to come join you in the world, and then there's a multiplayer area within the world. Perfect. That's great. That's an excellent way to do a game world and make it feel multiplayer and expansive and allow everyone to progress at a cooler way.
It looks like it is like a single player based campaign where you can invite our friends into, And the actual multiplayer part, I think we haven't even seen yet. The real one,
Yeah,
there is something like that.
I thought I saw some during not the trailer, which because they showed a cut down trailer, which I think you're seeing now, which is a culmination.
This is the demo preview that we saw at the end.
So they cut that down
gameplay.
so that people at EA Play are going to be able to play it, play through this little story bit. Hopefully, we will be able to play that at Gamescom as well. Get a bit more information about it, but I think that it is supposed to be because when I was watching some of the earlier ones, they had some other javelins that looked like they were fighting each other. So I'm not sure if they're just NPCs that you're fighting or they're actually other players. So
yeah, difficult to say. I also saw the first article on my Twitter feed coming up like, no, you can't romanticize other players in Anthem.
Boo.
It's a Bioware game, but it's not that kind of Bioware game.
Damn. I want romance options.
I was like actually really annoyed from the way they did it with the order, and then they showed more and more of this gameplay section, which is the preview of the demo, as we said before. I was kind of like, okay, now that I'm actually seeing the game, I'm less annoyed and more actually looking forward to the game. So
yeah,
different order might have been better, but anyway, it is how it is. And I guess that really concludes already EA Play. We skipped all the football games. They have FIFA 18 with the World Cup update, FIFA 19 coming up next year with Champions League. What?
No, I thought you got it round the wrong way, but I was ahead.
Yeah, FIFA 18 gets the World Cup thing because that's happening right now. Yeah.
I'll say
NBA has a bigger moment than ever. I think NFL Madden, we had sort of the champion of 2018 competition for Madden on stage. You could have skipped that altogether. But
that one was quite funny because they showed a massive clip which was kind of bigging him up and everything of being like, oh, he's he got so close and then he finally won it, and it's like nobody cared at all. They even had a bit where he came out and they were supposed to start cheering and 4 people started clapping. It was brilliant.
It's really weird.
I just don't understand why they feel the need to do things like that. I understand community involvement and stuff, but when you're talking about video games, talk about the video games. Don't have that as an after thing. Have him come on for a after the show or the pre-show to pick things up for that. Don't stick him in the middle of something. I don't want to see that. It's just why?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, man. So I guess let's bring it to an end, right? We're a little bit over half an hour mark. So what was your game of this conference?
I would say the game of the conference that made me super, super excited, it was Anthem, but I would say the one that I thought was the best presented and the most interesting was definitely Unravel 2.
Yeah, I'm picking Sea of Solitude, not just because they are a German-based studio, but also because I think those...
Bias.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm biased about that, but the game also looks very interesting, and I say this is probably something that I would absolutely enjoy for the time that it takes to play through it. And I just want to have it now. So Unravel 2 was cool. Was really cool to have. I didn't play the first one yet, so maybe check that out later. I don't know. It's a game. If I say I want to play it later, I will probably not play it. So, knowing me, just saying Sea of Solitude probably something that I want to take a look at. Oh yeah, Anthem also has finally a release date. We forgot to say that.
Yes,
February 22nd, 2019. So still
it's
a
not
good while to go.
enough.
But I mean, at least it's after the November, which is packed with Red Dead Redemption 2 and all those things.
That's true. That is very true.
Yeah,
my wallet is going to be crying over Christmas.
You know, it could be worse. Back in the day, where Titanfall 2 came, I think 2 weeks earlier to Battlefield 1, and nobody played Titanfall 2 because they had Battlefield 1 to play, right? So now there's at least a little gap in between. I don't think that people will either play Battlefield 5 or Anthem. I guess there's a really separated big audience for both games, but we'll see when it's coming.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see, but something we're looking for. Well, I'm looking forward to.
Absolutely, yeah, me too. Now that I really got down and taken a look at it a second time, I think, That's
Awesome.
cool. That's cool. All right.
So cool.
So we will be back tomorrow again for Xbox.
Yes.
And of course, if you're watching this on the YouTubes and everywhere, follow us, of course, on Twitter under The New Byte, and of course, see us at thenewbyte.com. My name is Howstairs. Thank you so much for watching. Dan?
I'm Dan. Or DJ H321, whichever you want to call me.
Okay. I think I'm letting it, well, I'm getting a little tired by now. It's different when we do a podcast because we just do our 60-minute bit, and I can prepare well better for it. This is now reacting live first, and then immediately going into the discussion, and I'm really seeing how I'm not prepared to that. So I hope over the next few days I'm getting more into training for that.
Yeah, well, I definitely look forward to reacting with you and anybody else we can get to join us for a couple more conferences. I'm definitely excited for the Xbox one tomorrow, and Bethesda, give me some good stuff.
At the time of streaming this, it's actually around 24 hours, a little less than 24 hours by now.
Yep. So,
cool.
Looking forward to it.
All right. I will close out with our trailer for E3, and have a nice day. See you soon.
See ya.
Bye.